What's up, y'all?
Hello.
Hey. So sometimes I'm gonna use the mic and sometimes I'm not because I'm a little bit loud, but I like to just kind of feel the room a little bit. So thank you all for coming out. Shout out to Real the Truth and the Art House for having me. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Solid Truth and I am socially organizing and literally inspiring desire. And I am a poet. Through my speech and my writing, I show it. I speak of peace and love, so you know it. Now, I've been a poet for as long as I can remember, and I wrote down most of my thoughts from January to December. When I'm not speaking, my brain just keeps making connections. My thoughts control my subconscious like a viral infection. But my ups and downs, my highs and lows, all seem to be balanced when I put on my shoes. I speak words of affection, compassion, and peace. I speak words so that war and hatred may cease. The rhyme and the rhythm, the prose and verse. If I couldn't write poetry, I feel I've been cursed. My thoughts are aligned with freedom of expression, and I write catchy phrases and jingles to help teach others life's lessons. I memorize my writings and I rehearse all my pieces and I repeat them in public to help ease inner pain and diseases. People stop what they're doing. They become observant and they listen. They pay attention, they brainstorm, and they realize their true intentions. You see, I discovered that my purpose in life is to speak, read, and write, and to inspire all of you to do what is right. You see, I am a poet, and I'm here to encourage you to speak your mind.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I am a poet, I'm a motivational speaker, and I'm also a domestic violence survivor. So I've always been a writer. I've been writing ever since I was like 4 years old, and I've always been a speaker. But I didn't start doing spoken word until I went to the Safe House Shelter for Domestic Violence. So through my anger management training, they told me that I really needed to find a creative outlet for managing my trauma. And I chose journaling. So 200 poems later, 20 years almost later, 600 shows almost later, I am a poet. So I'm going to share a little bit of myself with you. And most of my poems are about peace and love. I only have maybe one or two that actually talk about my pain and trauma because I think I lived that enough. So hopefully that you guys will get that good energy and that good vibe from me. And if you like it, snap, clap, cash app, whichever one you want to do. You can follow me now if you want to, if you don't already. I'm Solid Truth LV on Instagram, and I'm Solid Truth on Facebook. So this piece is called Infinity, Circle of Life. Stormy thoughts of loneliness, sadness, and despair. There's something strange and different in the air. Electric waves making us more aware of our infinite existence. I sense an intense transformation. The pineal gland begins activation. There are vibrations and sensations, frustration and concentration. Listen to the wind. Watch the sun rise and set. Moon phases and changing seasons. Nature needs no excuses or reasons. Creative forces from within, reaching past the restrictions and sin. Washing away the outer skin. Peeling back to reveal all within. The circle completes and the cycle begins again. There is no end. Infinite wisdom streams again and again and again. The maggots crawl to break down the programming of past lies, forcing us to look into each other's eyes to see the truths of life. In the mirror image, each day of our lives becoming another page of infinity. In the circle of life, mind open, eyes fixed, moving forward, conscious and quick, speaking truths and seeking life, sunny days and dark, dreamy nights. Souls reaching out to connect with the source, being pulled magnetically by an invisible force, unable to resist the subliminal control, we slowly release the pain in our souls. Listen, observe, focus, and learn to hear the answer for which your soul does yearn. Evolving, revolving, resolving, and absolving, transitioning, repositioning, and constantly listening for instructions, life's lessons, and constant blessings. Now the next thing, no ending, only a new beginning in the circle of life, infinity. Peace and love. So this piece is the piece that I dedicated to the Safe House. I started doing my poetry because we were sitting around in a group, and it was about 8 women, 8 survivors like myself. Some of us newly traumatized, and some of us had been through it a long time ago. But we were all sharing, and I decided to open up my journal and read the poem that I wrote that I wanted to change my life. So a lot of these poems are pretty old, like 16, 17 years old. But I actually manifested the words. Like the words have come true in my life. Like people who know me can say, you really have changed. Your life has really changed. You've really outgrown that. You really let go of that pain. And so I challenge you to use words to redefine who you are, to express yourself, but to also create a new awareness, create a new world, create a new dimension. So this is a really short piece, but this is dedicated to survivors all over the world and to my Safe House family. Your mind changes, your attitude changes, your feelings change. Your thoughts are frequently rearranged. Now life can be hard and sometimes tough, but the changes in your life should be enough to change you into a better being. You see, with eyes wide open, you begin seeing things as they really are and not the ways you wish they were. You see, manipulation is contemplating what you must do to get someone else to react the way you want them to, but by setting your expectations too high or forcing the issue, you'll often be disappointed. So change your ways of thinking and the ways that you react. And maybe someone else will see and change the way they act. You see, life changes you. So change your life for the better. Congratulations. We are all preparing for change. Yes. Peace. So this piece, we done talked about peace and love a little bit. This piece is one of my angry pieces. Okay. One of my talk shit pieces. One of my, I know you ain't talking to me pieces. This is called How Dare You. Sometimes in life you have people who just try it. Sometimes they just step out of line. They get out of pocket. I don't know what y'all young people say. But somebody did that to me. Quite a few people. And instead of me getting angry like I used to, getting violent, being overly aggressive, or cussing them out, I decided to write this poem. How dare you? How dare you think you know who I am? How dare you? How dare you feel entitled to determine my worth? How dare you sit at home alone on your couch of laziness and judge me? How dare you? You don't know who I do, or what I do, or who I am. You don't know how many times I have had to fight for you. You don't know how I've worked behind the scenes to secure the finances and the means to help all of us accomplish our dreams. How dare you disrespect my history, my legacy, my family? How dare you? How dare you try to look down on me with your self-hatred and your low self-esteem? How dare you? How dare you speak of what I don't have or did not do when it's because of me that the world knows you? How dare you? How dare you say that I am a sellout when you still have yet to figure me out? See, I don't brag or post all that I do, but I'm going to be sure that I post this. Yeah. I just sit back and enjoy my life, and I play it cool. How dare you? You disrespectful, ignorant fool. How did you not know and realize that I did it all for you? To shine the light on not me, but on you. To spread the words I know are true. So we all have a part to play. And my ancestors showed me the way to stay behind the scenes and build on a solid foundation to ensure proper education and compensation.
I know that's right.
To ensure proper education and compensation. To lead by example without saying a word. To speak when spoken to and to always be heard. To respect myself and everybody else. And to pursue love and happiness instead of wealth. When somebody asks, to offer my help. To be seldom seen and always felt. To write the words that make the world's heart melt. How dare you? How dare you try to diminish my life? How dare you try to downplay my fight? Who gave you that right? You egotistical child with a mic. You will soon see you have yet to fight. Because of other struggles, you can walk in plain sight. How dare you? How dare you question my purpose and desire? I am socially organizing and literally inspiring desire. How dare you speak on what I could have done, what I should have done, who I should become? How dare you? Who the hell are you to speak on my life? Before you were even known, I was twice a mother and once a wife. I was a victim, a scholar, an artist, a survivor, an engineer, a writer, and a seed sower. I was a traveler, a historian, a grant writer, a leader, an activist, and a model. You know nothing of the life I had to live. You know nothing of the time I give that I still quietly give. The tears, the blood, the sweat, the love. I know my power comes from above. I never looked for your applause or praise. I was simply doing things the way I was raised. So how dare you use your mouth to disrespect me as I fulfill my family's legacy? How dare you? How dare you use your energy to put me down or discredit me? You must be working for the enemy, you stupid fool. You never knew me. How dare you? You are a pinching crab at the bottom of the barrel. You are an attention seeker singing Christmas carols. A scavenger picking up snacks for a meal. So now you know how I really feel. Since you always shouting, let's keep it real. You don't know about my truth. So I'm going to ask you again, how dare you? Don't let this smooth skin, this sweet smile, and this soft voice fool you. I'm still a beast. On the stage, on the mic, on the radio, on paper, and on the street. And every time you try to come for me, I'm going to just look at you and laugh and ask, how dare you? I am solid.
Okay, solid.
One more angry piece, and then I got to lower my blood pressure. I don't want to pass out of here. Y'all having a good time so far? Yeah. All right, I always like to give y'all something to think about. So, I call Rel Baby Truth, and I'm Auntie Solid Truth. So, if y'all want to call me Auntie, I am not offended. I received that with all of the glory that God gave me. I'm glad to still be alive at 51 years old. Peace and love. But this is called Nothing to Prove, and it's self-explanatory. I see the way you look at me, watching my every move, watching the way I act, talking behind my back, but I ain't got nothing to prove. Your jealousy and misery comes from a place of hate. You tease me and you taunt me, but you can't win the debates. Why do you ask me questions forcing me to repeat, restating my truth, displaying your youth. Meanwhile, you can't compete. My strength was there before you were born. It was in my grandparents' pride. The book was written, the pages torn. These words come from inside. You look at me with anger as I remain unfazed. My walk is tall, my back is strong, and all my ways are praised. If only you saw your power within, you wouldn't waste your time. With every day, I must begin with the power that is mine. Oh, I see your smirks, your rolling eyes, but your hatred makes me strong. I hear your chatter, your filthy lies, not knowing that you're wrong. Just like a slave, you hate your own, looking on with contempt, misguided and ignorant of your own strength with all your money spent. You judge me with your lack of faith. You try to stop my flow. You condemn my words, try to break my spirit because of what I know. You can keep your words, and you can keep your crowds, and keep speaking loud while I silently watch and pray that one day you'll grow wise and open your eyes, seeing the error in your ways. My words are true, my soul is strong, my pity for you is great. Your leadership does not exist, your heart is filled with hate. You cannot know how far you go if only you cease to move. I have traveled far with just one step because I have nothing to prove. How many players we got in the house? Don't nobody want to say they're a player? Come on now. How many lovers we got in the house? All right, so everybody's a lover. Everybody's a lover. What's that?
I want to be a player.
You want to? He's saying he don't want to be a player anymore. Too late. Scorecard already been dealt. Peace and love to all the players and the lovers. And this is for you. It's called Step Your Game Up. Stay true to the game. Yeah, that's what the players say. Late nights at the club. Now that's where the players play. Men seeking loose women with beautiful bodies. And women seeking sensitive men with access to money. Well, who's running this show? Keeping up with many names. Which one is the best at running these games? What are the rules? And who's keeping score? And if you screwed each other, well, how come she is the whore? So many questions and answers are few. But if you're a real player, you know what to do. Keep it tight, keep it moving, and most of all, keep it real. Don't you ever let nobody see how you really feel. You see, players are many, and lovers are few. But the real question is, player, which one are you? Step your game up. All right. So a little bit more about me for those of you who don't know me. I've been in Vegas for 17 years. I was born and raised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Shout out to Philly, hometown. Also raised in South Jersey, which is right across the bridge, so kind of the same thing. And then I migrated to the South, South Carolina to be exact, where my grandmother's family was from. So about 17 years ago, I moved here to Las Vegas, and since then I've lived in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico for a couple years, and then I came back to Vegas. So this is actually the longest I've ever lived in one place, and I've moved 23 times in my life. Talk about instability. But I'm a nomad. I'm a Sagittarius. We like to move. That's just what we do. Okay. So anyway, I have this never-ending, long, sad, dramatic love story. A long time ago, I fell in love with this guy, and I'll say it was tumultuous. It wasn't a lot of drama. He got married after we had been together for 3 years, so that was a little bit challenging and difficult for his wife. But I will say, it definitely, moving to Las Vegas and leaving him, it definitely gave me a sense of power about myself. It let me know that I could make it, without him. And I wrote a lot of mushy-gushy love poems about him. So I don't want to spoil it, but he passed away 3 years ago. He broke his neck in a terrible car accident, and he was paralyzed for 6 months from the neck down. I didn't get to see him. Probably 3 months before he died was the last time I talked to him. It was COVID, so I didn't get to go to the funeral. So sometimes I get a little teary-eyed when I do these poems because this is all I have to remember him by. He was a very, very special person to me. He treated me really, really well. He was a king in my eyes. And I wrote this poem in dedication of him before he passed away. This is called Superman. Do you believe in Superman? Yeah, I said, do you believe in Superman? Well, after years of research, trial, and error, I finally decided to search for my Superman. A man of my own with no one to share, with beautiful brown eyes into which I might stare. A man whose strength would conceal all my insecurities. One who would share in my adult fantasies. He would plug the hole in my heart that keeps letting my feelings ooze out all over my relationships. His only desire would be to have never-ending peace and happiness and a special woman just like me to share it all with. His dreams would be of me and mine would be of him, and our thoughts would meet and passionately challenge each other so that growth would be inevitable. Together, we'd be unstoppable. I would nourish him with kindness, patience, and wisdom, and he'd give me an unlimited supply of love and affection. He would support my world on his shoulders, and I'd be submissive enough to let him. I am impressed by his strength and courage. My weakness for him causes desires to be so strong, although sometimes I overlook the signals telling me to relinquish control, and I hold on. But he is so sensitive and wise that he sees right through my false pretenses and lies and my I got this attitude. He sees where he is needed, and he steps right in to see what he can do. My Superman. That's the reason I prayed to God for my man instead of sitting around waiting for some man to lead me to God. You see, I know he's out there. By faith, I believe. I refuse to be deceived. You see, I believe in Superman. So, this piece, I got a few with the afro, I'm pretty sure. So y'all know my hashtag and how you follow me is follow the fro. FOLLOWTHAFRO. Follow the fro. Not follow the fro, not follow that fro, but follow the fro. Use that hashtag to find anything that's motivational, inspirational, educational, or informational. And so what that means is that I like culture. I like sharing events like this. I like sharing what I do. I like teaching other people how to, find tips for financial literacy or how to invest in real estate, all that good stuff. So follow that hashtag. And this is one of my pro-black pieces, which I have quite a few, as you can tell. I wear afro every day, most days. I'm about to go from follow the fro to locked and loaded because this hair is hot. So this is a piece that I try to do it like for Black History or Juneteenth or whatever, but it's appropriate every day because it's called Why Was I Born Black? Yeah. Why was I born black? Why do I always feel attacked? Why are my people always oppressed? Why are we all so depressed and stressed, clueless, when we know deep down inside that we are blessed? Or do we? Why was I born black? Why is it a matter of fact that we have been misled, misread? Why are so many of my people ending up dead, poisoned, robbed, imprisoned, miseducated, poor, broken, mistreated, and misdiagnosed. Why was I born black? Does the color of my skin give them reason to act so evil towards me? Is it my strength they fear? My wisdom? My power? My faith? Why can't they relate? Why is there so much hate? Why was I born black? Did my Creator know I could handle all that? That I'd understand why we are being attacked? That my royal bloodline is an actual fact? And that my ancestors always have my back? Where do I begin to share my gifts? How will my actions change the world I live in? How will I empower my kin? I am a beautiful, intelligent, creative, gifted, strong, black American woman of African descent, and I'll spread my blackness all over this planet. Because that's why I was born black.
Yeah.
To spread peace and love and harmony, not hate. No, I can't relate to a society that uses fear to negate the power of my people. Why was I born black? My beauty is desired by all. My wisdom does not allow me to fall or fail or give up. I will always know that I was meant to be born black. My black skin is beautiful. My black skin is wonderful. My black hair is powerful. And my black mind is out of this world. And I'm destined to change this world. I will not remain oppressed and uneducated in the truth. I will not stand by while my people die senseless deaths. I will fight for freedom and for solidarity because it was written in my destiny. I was blessed with blackness to remind me that I have the strength to fight for the love of humanity and the redemption of my people. I am black and I am proud, and you should be too. So celebrate your blackness and your black history every single day of your life, 24/7, 365 black. Why? Because I was born black and ain't nothing that nobody can do about that. Peace. All right, I got a little bit more time. This is a short piece. This is a piece that I wrote about 10 years ago, actually. It's called You Played Yourself. You'll figure it out.
Let us know.
Bet you wish you hadn't listened to everybody else. That's right, sweetie. You played yourself. What am I talking about? Don't you wish you knew? While you stay stuck in the mud, like a flower I grew. Couldn't build an empire on your words, stay true. Just couldn't be hindered by the gossip and lies. You are so easily persuaded, so I wasn't surprised. You said, I got this, I don't need your help. Well, I thought that you thought for yourself. Instead of listening to everybody else. Didn't know that you were just one of many sheep. Didn't know we have so many secrets to keep. Didn't know you would become a slave to these streets. So I prayed to God for your soul to keep. Guess that advice I gave you fell on deaf ears. Sad to see you still ain't changed after all these years. Not that I expected you to. I know you better than you even do. Believing that all your words were true. Trying to help lift you up was all I knew. Now I uplift others who deserve to be held. Still praying for the family that we both know so well. Sooner or later, we must all abide by the law. Now it's time for them to see what I saw. When you dig that ditch for another, there's just one thing to do. Take a picture and post it so we know where to find you. After it's all said and done, we shall see who really won. It won't be for money or cars, won't be no creeping for fun. It'll be reaping seeds sown from all the work that was done. You really think that you deserve to be the one that I'm with? Now you feel like we're a perfect fit? Do you really think I believe all that bullshit? Back in the day, I would have taken that and ran. But the way you were rolling, it just wasn't in my plans. After all that hard work, I expected attention and wealth, but I never expected for you to play yourself. Peace and love. Thank you all for your time. I do appreciate you. If you ever need a word of encouragement, if you ever need a motivational speech, if you ever need someone to just kind of hold your hand and listen to you cry, I am Auntie Solid. Socially organizing and literally inspiring desire. And I spread peace and love